Good. Hello, Eve, Kusala Devi, Mandy, Gareth, Sachamega, and Vanessa, and Ian. Welcome, everybody. So we're just getting ready to begin Sanghanath tonight. I think it's fine. Okay. Yes, and we have a very special evening tonight. I'll say a bit more about it in a moment. So we have Keith joining us, and Gina. Hello, Gina. Good to see you. Oh, good to see your name. Gillian, Jill, Chantika, Karanamaya Kemasian Chantika from Clifton. Very welcome, sisters. Nicola and Padmasaki.
Have you got the mic? No?
I think it's okay with the mic from the camera.
Yeah, okay.
I assume you can hear me well, all of you. I don't need to put the mic on. Yes, thank you. Well, tonight we are celebrating a very important date or event, modern date, in the recent Buddhist history around the world. So last Wednesday, really, the 14th of October of 1956, there was a very important event that happened in Nagpur in India. And it was a conversion of a good amount of followers of a very important figure. It's the figure that we will be exploring a bit tonight. Dr. Ambedkar, Dr. Ambedkar. And he converted a large group of his followers into Buddhism, from Hinduism, from the caste previously known as the untouchables. He promoted a change of name, and not just of name, but as well of understanding among what is nowadays called the Dalit community in India. Yes, thank you, Gina, dropping from Cambridge. Excellent. Jai Bhim, Gina. Yeah, well, we'll have very soon. Sanghanath is already connected. I'd appreciate if you drop us a message just to let us know that you are connected already. But yeah, we are having a special guest speaker tonight. It's my good friend Sanghanath, who will be talking later on tonight about his experience as a member of this community, the Dalit community in India. But I just want to say a bit more about the occasion and the significance of the occasion. So as probably many of you know, the Indian society is divided in what is called a caste system. And basically, your position in that society is defined by your birth. And this is something that has been going on for centuries. And this is a cause that Dr. Ambedkar, Dalit himself, embraced very wholeheartedly, and he became a champion of this community. And indeed, he was a person who brought the whole debate in Indian society around caste and made of it something that people could talk about and could debate and start thinking of possibilities of change even, which was unthinkable before the independence of India, before Dr. Ambedkar arrived. Shobit, Jai Bhim, brother. Very good to see that you are joining us tonight. So we have another special guest all the way from India joining us. It might be very late in India right now, but Shavit is with us, joining us for this meditation. So I thought we can do something very special as well to create the atmosphere. Sanghanath is on the way. Thank you. Yeah, I'll say a bit more about Sanghanath in a moment. But I just wanted to go a bit deeper on this figure of Dr. Ambedkar, though I'm sure Sanghanath is going to say much more about him. But what I want to bring to this first part of the evening is what Dr. Ambedkar managed to achieve in terms of understanding the social situation of his own country, of his own, the place that he was born in. And it's a very, very deep, clear insight into how the caste system works. And I just want to read a quote from Dr. Ambedkar describing the caste system. And I'll say a bit more about that. So he described the voluntary submission on which the caste system is based as an ascending scale of reverence and a descending scale of contempt. All have a grievance against the highest and would like to bring about their downfall, but they will not combine. The higher is anxious to get rid of the highest, but does not wish to combine with the high. The low will not make a common cause with the lower. Each class being privileged, every class is interested in maintaining the system. So the striking feature of the caste system is that it's a hierarchy that is enforced with a minimal physical coercion. Yeah. So we probably are going to listen in the second part, about the atrocities and all the abuses and the really shocking situation of the Dalits in India. But India is a democracy. It's not a totalitarian state. So the caste system is in place because people participate of it. And this is what Dr. Ambedkar is getting at. Dr. Ambedkar also say that what mind can do, mind cannot do. So he was bringing the responsibility back to the individual to transform their situation, rather than thinking that they were condemned by birth to belong to this particular setup of situations. So yes, Sanghanath is here. Welcome, Sanghanath. I was just warming up for your arrival. And Sanghanath is a very good friend of mine. Sanghanath and me have been sharing this journey of being part of Triratna in the UK since very early in our involvement, and I'm very, very happy that he is joining us tonight, and he's happy as well to share his experience with us. Sanghanath and me lived together in a community in Cambridge for 3 years, and we worked together in Winghorse Evolution in the warehouse. And I remember very clearly the joy that always Sanghanath brought to the warehouse. His singing, particularly, he was always singing in the warehouse, very beautifully. But there's a particular point that I was remembering in the last few days of Sanghanath. When we were part of this community in Cambridge, in the warehouse and in the communities, the residential communities, and it was a good life. It was a very supportive life. But Sanghanath always felt that there was something missing. And I remember the occasion when Sanghanath went for his first Karuna appeal, and when he came back from the Karuna appeal. And what I remember more distinctly about that was the fire in his eyes. Something caught fire in Sanghanath's heart, in Karuna, in that appeal.
Mm.
And he never disappeared from there. It really was a burning passion to put his energies, his inspiration at the service of a highest cause. And later on today, Kusaladev is going to introduce Sanghanath more fully. They both worked together for a period in Karuna, and Sanghanath is still working for the Karuna Trust. So very welcome, brother. Other thing I remember from Sanghanath, and this is a bit of an anecdote, is that my first ever Bollywood film was I was introduced into Bollywood by Sanghanath. So I watched Devdas with Sanghanath, and I got hooked up since then. So what we're going to be doing tonight is a bit different to what we usually do. So in this first half of the evening, we do either the mindfulness of reading or the metta bhavana. But I thought tonight we can try something slightly different. It's still in the realm of the Brahma Viharas. But we're going to do a period of the Upekkha bhavana. And Upekkha can be translated as equanimity. So if you are familiar with the four Brahma Viharas, you have metta at the beginning, the base of all of them. Then you have karuna, mudita, and upekkha. And the interesting thing about upekkha is that, in a way, upekkha is the synthesis of all of them. You can say that karuna is metta meeting suffering, and mudita is metta meeting joy. But upekkha bring all those aspects together. So when we are practicing the metta bhavana, we are very aware of our tendencies, the people that we like and the people that we dislike. So tonight we're going to try to make more of an emphasis that space, that stage in the metta bhavana where we are working with a person that we consider neutral, the familiar face. So that's the way we're going to be practicing tonight. We're going to still do five stages. So in the first stage, we're going to be developing this base of metta in our experience. And then in the second stage, we bring to mind, to our hearts, the neutral person, the familiar face. And the most interesting or important thing to bring to mind is what we have in common with this person, especially what we have in common in terms of the consequences of our actions, the law of karma. So we are subject, all human beings, all sentient beings are subject to conditions, and particularly human beings enjoying human consciousness. We are a subject of the law of karma. And this year is a very good example of that, how our human condition has been affected all over the world, indistinctively of caste, class, geographical position, level of wealth in our societies. All countries have been affected. So it's good to, I'm going to read some verses, but I'm going to read them now. I'm going to read them during the meditation. I'm going to read them now. To remember that we are heirs to our karma. We are the owners of our actions. We are responsible for our actions. Actions have consequences. So that's the spirit of what that insight of Dr. Ambedkar in the caste system. It's at the end of the day, we create the world that we inhabit. And it will be interesting as well to reflect on that, to reflect on how much the world that we inhabit is a reflection of our fears. Our fears, for example, to lose privilege. If we enjoy privilege. As Dr. Ambedkar say, even in the caste system, even the lowest or the low caste, they enjoy a level of privilege, at least psychologically, mentally. And then in the third stage, we bring to mind the good friend. The fourth stage, the enemy, and finally, we expand that sense of metta towards all beings. Just to say those equanimity sometimes can sound a bit like, you know, a very even emotion, that nothing is happening. So the enemies of equanimity are indifference and cold indifference. Yeah. So we can easily, very easily, just close down to what's happening around us. That's what the caste system suggests, that you just bring your attention, you bring your sense of being part of to a very specific, narrow identity. It can be caste, it can be race, it can be nationality, it can be language, it can be gender. Yeah. So many different things that we are biased by. So Pekka, if we really reflect deeply about this sense of being subject to the consequences of our actions, and also being responsible, able to take ownership of those actions and change the path, the direction that we are moving. If we really look into that and go beyond our likes and dislikes, a new sense of solidarity will emerge in our experience, because it's based on a deeper understanding of our humanity, a deeper understanding of our condition. So let's have a go at that, and I'll say a bit more at the end of the meditation. So let's start by saluting the shrine. Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Dhammaya.
Namo Dhammaya.
Namo Sanghaya.
Namo Sanghaya.
Namo Namah.
Namo Namah.
Om.
Om.
Home.
Home.
And here in the shrine tonight are Zach and Richard joining me for the meditation. And we also just wanted to bring your attention to pictures of Dr. Ambedkar, Baba Saheb Ambedkar, and Bhante Sangarachita in our shrine. So I'll remind you of the different stages. Let's take a few moments to get ready. Whenever you feel ready, just close your eyes. And start by noticing how are you feeling right now? What is the quality of your energy? Especially, what mood are you in at the moment? Take one or two deep breaths. Preparing yourself for the practice of the Upekkha Bhavana. Metta in response to reality. In the first stage, we bring a sense of appreciation, warm awareness to our experience right now. The concrete experience of the body at this point in time might be pleasant or unpleasant. Maybe that your mood is low, or on the contrary, you're open, receptive. Whatever the quality of your experience is right now, just dwell in it with awareness, with empathy, with understanding. Acknowledging the fact that you are here tonight, moving towards a higher, bigger experience in contact with others, closer to your ideals, your values, the principles that you cherish. And bring to mind this reflection. I am heir to my karma. I am the owner of my actions. I am responsible for my actions. Actions have consequences. The second stage, we bring to mind a neutral person, a familiar face. We might not have much of a connection with this person, but we are aware of them. We know that they exist. And that's enough. This person is a human being, as we are, probably searching for happiness and meaning, as we are, with people in their lives that love them, that appreciate them. We are heirs to our karma. We are the owners of our actions. We are responsible for our actions. Actions have consequences. In the third stage, we bring to mind a good friend, the boon companion. Evoking the presence of this person, acknowledging the benefits that this person brings to our lives. We are heirs to our karma. We are the owners of our actions. We are responsible for our actions. Actions have consequences. the fourth stage, we bring to mind a person that we might find difficult, even an enemy. We share with this person our common humanity. This person is probably searching for happiness, for meaning, in ways that we might not understand. And yet, there are people in this person's life that love them, that appreciate them. We are heirs to our karma. We are the owners of our actions. We are responsible for our actions. Actions have consequences. In the last stage, we bring to our minds and hearts these four people: ourselves, the familiar person, the person that we find difficult, and the good friend. And see if you can experience a deep sense of solidarity with these four people, beyond your likes and dislikes, beyond your preferences. Solidarity that is ready to help, ready to serve, ready to act when it's needed. And then open your hearts and minds even further to include all sentient beings around the world. All human beings, no matter their caste, race, nationality, gender, creed, political beliefs, recognizing humanity, manushki, in all of us. We are heirs to our karma. We are the owners of our actions. We are responsible for our actions. Actions have consequences. When you're ready, open your eyes and bring the meditation to a conclusion. We are just about to conclude the first part of the evening. We'll move to the Zoom platform at 8:20 to listen to Sanghanath, and we'll have a question and answer session with him afterwards. I just want to say a couple of things before we leave. First of all, if you are joining us for the first time and you want to take part of the second half of the evening, please email us at info@nottinghambuddhistcenter.org and I'll send you the link for the meeting in the second half. And secondly, just going a bit further in this reflection of building worlds. We individually create the world that we inhabit, but we also collectively do that. Here in Nottingham, we've been very successful in this year, despite the uncertainties, the hardships. We've been able to successfully translate our activities here in this building, our regular activities, to the online format. And this is a very good example of what we are doing right now. And that has been mainly thanks to the contribution that many of you have given to the center over the last few months. So we haven't experienced yet any loss in our income. Nevertheless, we are just about to finish the month of October, and we haven't reached half of our target in what we want to fundraise every month. So we are actually just a third of our target complete. And it's important that we keep creating this space, we keep co-creating this space. I mean, your contributions have helped us to take very bold movements, very bold steps towards the future of the Nottingham Buddhist Center and the Nottingham Sangha, by having, for example, Kusala Devi becoming our new chair this month. Yeah, and we rely on that. We, at the moment, our income is what we receive from donations in our webpage. But nevertheless, tonight, we want to give whatever dana we collect from now until the next 24 hours. We want to give that to the Indian Dalits. So whatever contributions you give tonight and in the next 24 hours, that will be put into a pot and given away as a generosity from the Nottingham Sangha. Yeah, we are not in a necessarily privileged position, but in comparison, relatively, the hardships of our brothers and sisters in India are much bigger. There are people really starving in India. people really suffering the consequences of coronavirus and quarantine. And on top of that, all the discrimination that comes from belonging to the Dalit community in India. And we're going to hear more about that from Sanghanath in a moment. But yes, please, if you can give generously tonight, that will go to a very good cause to help our sisters and brothers in India. So, see you in a moment, and Jai Bhim. Good night.